The 48 Laws of Power. Is it a profitable book for your life? And will it lead you to power? The 48 Laws of Power. This book is a phenomenon among young people. People striving to get power. Mostly read by people that have no power at all. Why is it that powerless people, people in prison where the book has been banned, why do so many of them gravitate to the book? And does it work? Will the book take you to the place that you're looking to go? Power, to the top, boss, as I call it in my theory. Now, I'm a longtime student of Robert Greene. I've read all of his books. I would actually cite Robert Greene as being my first hero. But do his books work? While I could sit here and talk to you for hours about the brilliance of Robert Greene, which I do believe he is the greatest contemporary mind, probably the greatest mind of the 21st century. I have read all of the great theorists, philosophers, psych people, smart people. And what I will say about Robert Greene is, even though I have read Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, Niccolo Machiavelli, Sun Tzu, all the people that everyone says go read, the Stoics, Plato, Plato's Republic, everything, Robert Greene lays it out in a clear and clean way that's very easy to ingest and understand. Now, I could sit here and talk about 1,000 brilliant, great things about Robert Greene's theories, but what are the things that are missing? And this is the thing that no one talks about, because the 48 Laws of Power, as much as it can be a weapon that can help you in your pursuits of life, it can also be a weapon that can harm you. Now, what do I mean by a weapon? You know, a weapon can kill someone, but sometimes it can accidentally kill you. Now, the two things that I believe that Robert Greene's fantastic book, The 48 Laws of Power, is missing is one, it does not show where you rank in the game of power. There's no positioning. It doesn't say, where am I at today? Am I in a position of power? Am I in a developing position of power? Am I in no position of power? So with power, or the laws of power, how they are used are dependent upon where you are at. If you are the boss, if you are in power, how you use this book will be totally different than how you use the book if you are, let's say, in a cooking pot, in a place where you have no resources, no friends, no one to help you. You have no information, you have nothing available to you whatsoever. And because the book does not teach you to look for where you are at in the game of power, you could easily misapply one of the laws. For instance, keep your hands clean. There's a time in the game of power where you need to keep your hands clean. Typically, when you're in power, you should keep your hands clean. When you're developing power, nobody keeps their hands clean. But in the game of power, at some point, you will actually have to get your hands dirty. Number two, the book does not conclude in any way. It just kind of says, follow these 48 laws and you too will be powerful. However, that isn't the way power works, and we have rarely, if ever, seen a powerful man not come down. And what causes that downfall, and what can you look for while you are in a position of power that can protect you from losing it? So, if the question were asked to me, do you recommend me reading the 48 Laws of Power? My answer would be different depending on who I'm talking to. I have a book that is produced and published by the same man that produced and published the 48 Laws of Power, where Robert Greene's book does not tell you where you rank in the game of power, and it does not tell you how power concludes. My book answers both questions. I have a theory, the 5 epics of the bosses, and in this theory, I teach the 5 stages of power. And I will tell you how power concludes. My book, The Don, teaches you that power is not for everyone. And you should really think to yourself and ask yourself, do I really want power? Am I fit for it? Because it's not all trinkets and gold and diamonds and money and authority. There's a lot that powerful people deal with that the less powerful will never have to deal with. And I would argue there's a very fair point to be made as to why you may not want to ever go for power at all. In my book, I draw a very clear line between having power and not having power. And the differences are stark. I call it made and boss. You will see where you're at in the game of power. And if you decide to cross the Rubicon and go to the next level, supreme power, you will know exactly what you're up against and what you will face. And the truth is, it does not end in glitter and gold. All power eats itself. I'm RJ Roger. I got a great book coming out, The Don, 36 Rules of the Bosses. It will be in stores nationwide November 26th. Please support the book when it hits stores. Peace and love, and I'll see you next week.